I'm going to be your mom for the next few minutes and explain the basics of keeping up your house. This information may seem basic to you, so if you feel like leaving a snarky comment about how obvious this is, shoo fly. Not everything comes natural to everyone. Hi everyone, it's Audrey, and today we are talking about keeping house. If you feel like you're failing at keeping up your home, you are not alone. Most people running a house feel this way. Why is that? Because we weren't taught. Running a house is like running a business. Imagine if someone pulled you off the street and said, go be CEO of this company. You have no idea what they do, how the departments work, how the business functions. You would make mistakes. You would feel in over your head, right? This is exactly what happened to you. You got the keys to a house and suddenly you were expected to know how to master everything. You have no manual, no training. You weren't born knowing how to run a household. It is a massive, complex skill set. For some reason, we expect people to know how to do this the moment they get the keys to their first place, but nobody actually sits us down and gives us the blueprint. You aren't lazy, you aren't a bad mom, you're just a CEO that was never given a handbook. So today, I'm going to be your mom and I'm going to give you that handbook. I want to talk about keeping house. Let's talk about what that phrase means. So keeping house refers to the management of a home. There are several key aspects to managing a home. We are going to look at 5. And remember, we are the CEOs of home, so they will all have a corporate or business feel to them, but don't let that deter you. And because of the business undertones, let's refer to these as departments. So number 1, sanitation, number 2, logistics, number 3, operations, number 4, admin, and number 5, culture. Let's look at sanitation department first. This means cleaning. This is the one we spend 90% of our time on. This is the physical upkeep of the structure. It's the laundry, it's the toilets, it's the never-ending stream of dishes. The problem is we treat sanitation like it's something that has a finish line. I'm going to clean the house today, but it takes far longer than we realize, and within a few minutes, the house is back to dirty. On a daily level, your goal for sanitation is not a deep clean. The goal is always tidy. This is where our daily 6 come into play. That's the top part of my cleaning schedule, the 6-10 list. Our focus here is on tidy, not clean. If you do nothing else, do these 6 things and your home will stay manageable. If you watch my How to Shut Down Your House video, I go into detail on those tasks and how I work them into my day. So like I said, that's the daily stuff. When you want to actually clean the house, you'll do that in the bottom part of my cleaning schedule, the weekly, monthly, quarterly tasks. This isn't something that's going to make your home perfect, but it will make it realistically clean. Honestly, if you can afford it, I would source this out. Just like a company outsources, you also do when necessary. Okay, so the sanitation was the first department. The second one is logistics, number 2. This is cooking and meal prep. Why do I call cooking logistics? Because dinner is a complete supply chain loop. Think of like a factory manager. If your factory, the kitchen, doesn't have the raw material, the groceries, production, cooking, stops. Dinner fails because the supply chain is broken. On a daily level, logistics is about deciding at 10 a.m. what's for dinner at 5 p.m. This one shift changes everything. When you decide early, it's a plan. When you decide at 4:30, it's a crisis. Daily logistics means checking the meal plan at breakfast, pulling the meat from the freezer, doing a 30-second audit of what you have in the pantry. Some of my best meals have come from scrounging around the pantry for whatever I could find. Remember, logistics is like 90% thinking and 10% doing. So if you've already thought about it at breakfast, doing it at dinner is easy. Now, on a macro level, logistics is going to look like meal planning before the week begins, buying groceries accordingly. I have a video on my page about running your kitchen like a business. I'll link that in the description box for you, and if you still want more detail on it, let me know in the comments. Okay, moving on to department number 3, this is operations. This is one that people often confuse with sanitation, but they are completely different departments. Sanitation is scrubbing the counter. Operations is making sure the counter is functional. This is your home upkeep. It's changing air filters, the light bulbs, dryer vents, making a note when you're running low on something. On a daily level, operations is your number 1 defense against daily clutter. In operations, clutter isn't just a mess, it's a blockage in the system. It stops the movement of other tasks. A daily operational example is tossing everything that's on the counter into a basket. On a larger scale, it might look like decluttering a closet or swapping seasonal clothes or tossing expired food in the pantry. laundry, or even cleaning the gutters, painting the trim. Department number 4, this is administration. These are the tasks that coordinate people's schedules, making sure permission slips are signed, looking over the budget, etc. If this department fails, you'll have a clean kitchen, but you'll miss the doctor's appointment. Daily admin is your 5-minute morning and evening sync. So you just look at the calendar. Who am I leading today? What's happening tomorrow? It's all about proactive communication. It's where your family manages the finances, pays the bills. It's the behind the scenes work that makes everything else look seamless. Department number 5 is culture. This is the most important department of all. This is the reason we do all the other work. This is the heart of the home. This is your culture. It's the way we do things around here. You can have a perfectly sanitized kitchen, a flawless meal plan, a clear calendar, but if the atmosphere is one of stress, yelling, selfishness, the home is not a sanctuary. This is where we're leading our homes with grace, as Jesus calls us to. We're checking in with each other. We're making time for each other. We're having prayer and Bible study. It's choosing to prioritize connection over task. If the 4 other departments fail today, but the atmosphere is strong and loving, you had a successful day. Don't forget that. Like I said, you're not failing at life or in your home. You just need the blueprints. Stop trying to be perfect in every department. Just be faithful in each of them today. Take a breath. Clear one workstation. Decide what's for dinner. You are the CEO of this home, so take charge. So I have to know, after learning about all 5 departments, which one is currently your biggest struggle and which one is your biggest win? Which area do you need explained more? Talk about it in the comments. I'm here to troubleshoot with you. If you found this video helpful, share it with another person who is drowning in the housework. Thank you guys for being here, and I'm so proud of you.